Welcome to a 1v1 on Minsk Pocket. This game is going to be Jihad Mo versus Tightrope. Jihad Mo playing as counterattack, which we have not seen very much, by the way. Not seen very much of this patch, surprisingly, because I don't know. I feel like it was pretty popular before, and then it got buffed. But nobody uses it. I guess because guards are just so good. They are so good. So
This is our sector now.
not that much of an incentive to use counterattack anymore, I guess. It just kind of seems to get used by people who kind of like non-meta play, like Barton. But other than that, I have seen very little of it. So we'll see if we can make counterattack work. And also the B4 actually is probably a bit worse, quite a bit worse. It's just pure RNG. It doesn't have precision strike anymore, so you just have to hope for the best. And we have definitely seen some games where the B4 just did nothing, so there is that to keep in mind. Tightrope is going to be playing with Mechanized Assault, Blitzkrieg, and Spearhead, so see if you can make good use of those. Mechanized Assault, of course, highly popular. No close air support. The other two slightly less used. Spearhead has a Tiger. Blitzkrieg is pretty unusual, but it does have Stuka close air support, Panzer Tactician, and the command tank. So it's all right. Pretty decent commander, but nothing too special. Two squads taking control of territory over here on the right side. Nothing really engaging yet, except for here on the right side, two conscripts going in on a squad of Pios, a close range. Grenadiers trying to hold the line here in the back, engaging from a distance, while Pios try to buy time for those Grens in the front, just tanking damage for the Grens. Grens might be able to force one retreat, but they can't win this engagement unless more Grens arrive and save the day. That might even be a wipe. That late retreat is a wipe. Wow, I wasn't even expecting that second squad of Grens to show up, but they got here just in time, and the engagement will go to Tightrope. There go those conscripts, forced back into the base. Meanwhile, here in the middle, Grenadiers engaging against combat engineers. Should be fine, and Tightrope is off to an excellent start this game. We'll pull ahead for manpower, and with a 3 Grenadier into MG42 opening, there's nothing better than wiping that first squad of conscripts, but he's going to go with a 5 conscript opening. 5 conscripts. So there'll still be quite a bit of Soviet infantry on the field against Tightrope's 3 Grenadier MG42 core. And it looks like Tightrope is about to lose control of the center victory point as he rotates right to get some resource points captured. Pios making their way back out of the base. Wounded Grenadiers need to reinforce and get back to the front line with MG42 support and defend this fuel point against what's coming, which currently is 2 conscript squads and some combat engineers. This squad making its way back to the front line. This squad fully reinforced should be back in the front line, ready for engagement soon. The squad of Grenadiers grabs the point, moves back towards the center. MG42 setting up a fire on these conscripts from range with vision provided by Grenadiers. Will suppress them on the first burst. Nice burst right there. More Grenadiers moving up from the south. That squad will retreat. Full retreat back to the base. Will significantly weaken the defense in this area. I mean, that is, at this stage of the game, 25% of his army just retreated. So, pretty good burst from that MG right there for that engagement. Pios taking control of the left side. Are those mines? Yes, mines just detonated here in the center on those Grenadiers, bringing them quite low. Don't know if they can win this engagement against that many conscripts in medium range. MG moving up to try and support. Pios probably going to lose against those combat engineers as well over time at range. And Grenadiers on the right side walk right into another first squad of conscripts. So it looks like things could be going better. Fortunately, one squad forced to retreat right there. And these Grenadiers are doing better than I was expecting them to do in that engagement, but are eventually forced to retreat when a second squad arrives to support. Pios falling pretty low to those combat engineers over time, but they do get the point captured before moving on to take control of, I guess, more territory, but that's kind of dangerous to do when the squad has fallen that low. There's the retreat. More Grenadiers charging over open ground into close range against conscripts. That's a lost engagement. These grenadiers probably won't be able to do much by themselves either. So a lot of manpower bleed and a lot of lost engagements for Tightrope here, but again, he has wiped one conscript squad, so I would say overall he's ahead, and as far as model losses, things are dead even, so Tightrope definitely in the lead in that regard. But I think he should stop charging over open ground with highly wounded squads into short range against conscripts, although this fresh squad will make it to that green cover position without taking any damage because of Tightrope's decision to lead the way with the wounded squad, so maybe that was intentional. Wanted to soak up a little damage on the wounded squad so his full health squad would be able to win the engagement. So, whatever his intentions, the engagement is won. Both squads forced back into the base here, and Grenadiers will be able to get the munitions point. And an MG42 will be able to protect the center VP. We've got one flanking squad, or not flanking, but combat engineers planting mines, actually. Going down over here on the left side, Tightrope will definitely want to get a minesweeper under his control. Tier 2 in production as well. Will give him access to AT soon, if that's the route he chooses to go. But he won't really need anti-tank for quite some time against counterattack. And an opponent who's not taking up at all. MG42 pulling back here a little bit. Does take some damage from those conscripts and will have to retreat. LMG Grenadiers moving up to support. Some vanilla Grenadiers right there, actually upgrading with MG42. This squad heading left to take control of the munitions, but there are a lot of mines over here. Checking for mines with Grenadier feet is quite dangerous if the squad doesn't have 4 men. Even if it does have 4 men, it's dangerous.
We are suffering losses.
And there you go.
This is a nice spot of land.
Grenadiers wiped, and Tightrope's lead that he so carefully worked on over there on the right side in the early game is gone. Grenadiers wiped on a mine. Probably gonna get himself a minesweeper after that, or not, maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully he gets one eventually. It would be a tragedy if more squads got wiped on mines throughout the course of this game. Half-track on the field though, half-track moving up with Grenadiers making their way towards the center.
Soldiers ready.
Conscripts working on the right side, munitions point, Grenadiers working on the left. And all things considered, Tightrope is doing pretty well for map control right now. On Minsk Pocket, it can be very hard for Oster to control a munitions point. It's good to see that he's trading for munitions, left and right side simultaneously. These two squads making their way down the center, these two on the right, and the flamethrowers throwing it down a munitions cache. Interestingly enough, he must be planning on spamming mines and flamethrowers, I guess, or for Mother Russia. Lots of munitions options as counterattack, but not precision strike. No longer have access to precision strike, so I guess that's old news. I probably don't even need to say that anymore. I just feel like I've barely cast counterattack at all. But people are probably like, yeah, we know there's no precision strike, Romeo. That patch was like several weeks ago. Conscripts falling quite low right here. AT grenade on the half track. More Grenadiers arrive to support. I think he probably could have maybe stuck around. I don't know, maybe not. That squad is pretty low health. He did have the half track for that engagement though. Unfortunately, he's not able to pick up that wipe. And the Pios are currently nowhere nearby for repairs. Need to get to the that half track to repair that. Over here on the right side, MG42 set up facing southeast to try and maybe suppress those conscripts if they get into close range on the Grenadiers. But the entire right side has been harassed by Jihad Mo. We'll get everything under his control. Tightrope currently focusing his efforts on trying to take control of the left. Nothing has hit that mine, by the way. That mine's a little scary with that half track at low health. And still no minesweeper on the... Okay, yeah, it looks like he's going to sweep that mine now.
Our brave infantry is dying.
Oh my god. Okay.
Half-track ready. Full complement.
How can we help?
Buy a minesweeper, Tightrope. Buy a
Territory
minesweeper.
secured.
These mines are Wipe City, to be fair. That was a 4-man squad that just popped. But it was also a Pio squad that didn't have a minesweeper, so.
Squad of pioneers has arrived.
Grenadiers reporting.
The perfect storm of luck and misplays.
Standing by.
MG42 firing on the conscripts right here, forcing retreat. Grenadiers making their way to retreat right there. LMG Grenadiers engaging against these conscripts will force them to something. Pull back slightly, try and get in range of the half-track, which still cannot be repaired until this fresh squad of Pios hits the field. It needs to get them moving. Hey, there it is, Minesweeper upgrade. Okay. Wonderful. Minesweeper on the way. MG42 defending the fuel point right here, and Grenadiers are making their way to the front line to engage against these conscripts, while one squad of Grenadiers heads right to get control of all this territory as well. This force of 3 units should be able to succeed if the half-track gets repaired and moves to support on the front line. Also, 400 manpower spent on munitions caches is kind of a lot, but when your mines are wiping squads left and right, go for it, whatever. I guess I could see that. More mines being planted on the right side now. Still no tech. Probably just going to go straight to call-ins. But KV-1s are a pretty crappy call-in, honestly. Against Oster, though, I guess they're alright. They're beefy and can take on Oster Tier 3, and they can certainly take on Mechanized Assault, Stuggies, and so on. So, can't really take on Tigers, though. So, there's that. Grenadiers, oh, is that a wipe? Not quite. Not quite. Flamethrower gets away very narrowly. MG42 will be able to reinforce. It still has engine damage. Oh no, that was another AT grenade. Fresh AT grenade. Conscripts get away narrowly. Pios will sweep up a mine. Very nice. Very nice minesweep right there, but he will not be able to take this territory because of that cache. So that minesweep alone is worth it though. And you only have to sweep up one mine for your minesweeper to pay for itself. So there you go. Hopefully he'll start buying those earlier in the future.
How can we help?
Grenadiers taking control of this territory over here on the right side. Grab the munitions first, and with double munitions coming in, he's going to easily be able to fund massive amounts of LMG spam. And 2 squads heading left. Pretty standard 4 conscript 2 combat engineer build here, but it's kind of taken a while for, well, I don't know. In all fairness, he is floating 1,200 manpower right now. I think he's gonna spam B4s pretty hard once he gets the CPs up for that. Just operating on this core of units until you get 8 CPs is clearly costing him in map control, though. This is pretty egregious float, and he's gonna need to probably trade down in every engagement just to get his CPs up. And he's also going to be up against Mechanized Assault, which is probably the best commander in the game for punishing behavior like this. Minesweeper will pick up another mine over here on the right side, but may not be able to sweep it with that squad defending right here. Grenadiers taking control of the victory point and strategic points there in the back. And Flamethrower plus conscripts taking control of this stuff over here on the left. Apparently Tightrope isn't quite sure if he wants to get a Stug either, because he picked the commander but didn't field the Stug. So maybe he's like, maybe I can win this without relying on that. maybe I can tech. Nope, never mind, changed my mind. It's a Stug on the field. Half-track still has engine damage, by the way. He never sent a minesweeper to repair that. Trying to sweep mines on the flanks, and I think it's going to cost him his half-track here because the machine gun's not rotating to save the day. Then again, those conscripts aren't chasing to seal the deal either, and LMG Grenadiers will move back into this engagement and force the retreat. Which did bring Jihad Mo up to 7 CPs, but not 8. He really needs to get to 8. Oh man, it looks like a full retreat. full retreat off the battlefield, which is going to very much stall his super duper counterattack stuff.
We are ready for action.
Does sweep the mine right there, by the way. Nicely played, Tightrope. I think he has swept all mines. Ooh, and he gives his opponent a taste of his own medicine over here with an S-mine field. Is he really going to stand in the flames? Okay. S-mine field wipes that flamethrower. Nice return on that investment, and Grenadiers will move to get control of the strategic and munitions points, while everything on the right side falls into Tightrope's control because he continues to operate on a core of 4 conscripts, 2 combat engineers, and is letting the float stack up even higher. Where's the Stug? There it is, defending the fuel point. That's gonna chew through conscripts and combat engineers like nothing. He hasn't even gone tier 2. I think he should at least go tier 2. I mean, at least go tier 2 for an AT gun. Especially on this map. Maxims and AT guns are great on this map. Oh well, apparently not. He just wants B4s and KV1s. I don't really anticipate it going that well for him, but I guess we'll see. I guess it's plausible that he might get some huge hits with like a double B4 build, which he will have access to very soon. Just needs a tiny bit more CPs. Tightrope is probably, for his part, probably like, what is this guy doing? If you get that sense, by the way, where you're just like, what is my opponent doing? It means that they're gonna do something you probably are not gonna like, and you should get super aggressive and punish them. Because suddenly there's going to be 2 B4s and all of your shit's going to explode. But I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. KV1 on the field making its way centered. Maybe try and punish that Stewie if you can get in range. No AT gun yet for Tightrope. He needs to get one of those out. 5 Grenadier opening. He's got the manpower, by the way. Definitely has the manpower for AT guns. Should have thrown at least 1 out. 2 is better when he had the chance. There's the KV1 though, and he'll queue up the AT gun as a reaction. But you shouldn't be building that reactively. You should, at this point, 17 minutes of the game, you should have an AT gun. Rifle grenade on the KV1, really? Alright, Tightrope. Interesting decision. Doesn't connect. Ooh, big hit on those Grenadiers right there. They should probably retreat. I feel like he's gambling a little bit, not retreating that. Soft retreating towards the half track. Where is the half track? Right here, okay. Well, looks like he'll get to safety. And he went double KV1 in addition to the B4, which he's building in his base. I wonder if he could have maybe put that a little further up. Against mechanized assault, there's not that much, like, there's no dive bomb. You could probably put that maybe up here on the fuel point, trying to reduce the scatter. It's going to be a total RNG machine up on this cliff, but I could see it.
It's ready to use. The enemy is taking our territory.
Conscripts taking control of the right side munitions point, and the combat engineers are grabbing this as well. And these 2 squads heading left to take control of the... Sorry, I just like briefly read chat.
We are losing a sector.
I love how much usage my emotes are getting. It makes me so happy that people find them just as funny as I do, because I do think they're pretty funny. Especially Romeo Mug. Romeo Mug is definitely my favorite. But I like them all. I like them all equally. Which is obviously false because I have a favorite. But if I did like them all. Ooh, B4 just fired at the half track and one-shotted it. So, I would say that Jihad Mo just played his hand. He now knows what his opponent's doing. Double KV1 plus the B4. He might even build maybe double B4. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that's the route he wants to go. Fortunately, Tellermine over here in the KV1 hits it, destroying its engine. AT gun will probably be able to destroy it unless it can get access to some kind of miracle. Which I don't think it's going to. LMG Grenadiers moving up over here will easily laser beam those. Conscripts to death. Also, I just noticed that I can make control groups on Tightrope's army, but not on Jihad Mo's army. Like, I can use the control groups on this army too, but I can't use them on this army at all. Like, why? Why? Why am I able to make control groups for that, but not for only one of the armies present? That doesn't make any sense. Fortunately, this B4 shot was just barely off target for this clump of team weapons. It doesn't look like it did any serious damage. And the KV-1 will be destroyed over here. Everything else looks like it will survive. I don't know if Tightrope will make a new half-track or just continue the float up for Tigers, which he does have access to now. The KV-1s are not that effective against Tigers, by the way, but there are 3 of them out, so kind of dangerous for that Tiger to just like YOLO into the Soviet base and try and kill this thing. But if he can find an opportunity, he should try, because the B4 is a pretty serious problem. Ooh, that wipe too. Rifle grenade forces a retreat from that conscript squad. Tightrope needs to try and get a little more territory under his control if possible. Struggling to work the flanks because of the threat the KV-1s pose. And he doesn't really have a counter to the KV-1s other than AT guns, which he doesn't want to overextend, so he's just kind of holding on to a small amount of territory while he waits for his Tiger to arrive. And it's going to be here very soon. And he just picked up a wipe. Nice wipe. Conscripts go down. Tiger hitting the field now. So with this Tiger, hopefully supported by a Minesweeper, he will be able to make a big push, try to take this game. B4 shot, thankfully off target against those Grenadiers. 3 shots, 2 kills, including a half-track. Not that huge of a return on this investment yet, but definitely has potential to have some big shots this game, especially on this map. So, we'll see what happens. Recon pass coming in, and it'll probably be able to fire at some point. I don't think Tightrope has access to any form of anti-tank or anti-air until he upgrades this top-mount machine gun, which is in progress now. And Minesweeper piles are going to have to retreat from conscripts left. LMG Grenadiers in serious danger against these conscripts. Look like they're going to get away though. KV-1 also forces a retreat from this squad of LMG Grenadiers. There's quite a few retreats, or at least soft retreats from Tightrope here. And he has no half-track, so he can't really reinforce in the field. Tiger moves up and spots some conscripts. Shot goes wide. B4 just fired at something. I'm not going to miss this one. This one I'm actually going to see. Probably at the Tiger? I don't know. Here it comes. Anywhere. Any second. Oh, on the AT guns. Doesn't wipe either of them, though, fortunately for Tightrope. Engine damage on the Tiger. Does have to pull back to safety. Something exploded back here. What just exploded? Oh no, the KV-1 just drove over that truck. Okay, KV-1 continues his advance against this engine damaged Tiger and is failing to penetrate anything. But the AT gun wall is alive and well, and those KV-1s probably aren't going to want to charge this Tiger either. Needs to be careful. Falls to about half, but he should be able to get it to safety. Tiger still has a pretty healthy amount of HP left as well, but with a damaged engine, with a B4 on the field, it's a sitting duck. There's an extremely good chance of that B4 wrecking anything, honestly. You can shoot it, all of this stuff. KV-1s provide vision just long enough for that B4 to come off cooldown, but he does have to micro a few engagements with his conscripts. That's being forced to retreat. B4 just fired at the AT guns, and there's pretty good potential for this to be a nasty shot. Destroys one gun and clears the other, and the B4 is becoming a very serious problem for Tightrope. Repairing his tanks is also extremely dangerous. The B4's range, by the way, ends here, so he could safely repair the Tiger in the base. At least on Minsk Pocket, you have that. Against the B4, because the map is so big, if you pull back far enough, you are safe. But with a damaged engine, that's difficult. Recon pass coming in over the Tiger now. Over here on the right side, Grenadiers moving to take control of the munitions, and on the left side, conscripts grabbing, what was that? What even was that? They just like took damage. Maybe there's a mine over here. I think there was a mine. Conscripts moving to take control of the center fuel. Recon pass continues to provide vision for the B4, which is probably going to fire again at the AT gun, I think. Maybe the Tiger, I don't know, either one. the AT gun and it is off target, fortunately, so Tightrope will not take any serious damage right there, and the Grenadiers are taking control of the right side munitions point, while conscripts grab the fuel. So, kind of quiet, actually. Both sides just kind of trading for territory right now, while Tightrope makes his way back out of the base, and a conscript squad is being sent to all 3 different fronts. And Jihad Mo is actually starting to float a little bit. I wonder if he's going to get another tank, I guess. I kind of think he should have fielded 1 squad of shock troops. I don't know. I feel like his float's been pretty ridiculous this game. And he's not even taking full advantage of that float right now. I guess he's just going to spam KV-1s. I guess that's what's going on. LMG Grens are working on these conscripts. Might lose this though, unless they throw a rifle grenade, because it's kind of a lot of conscripts going down pretty fast. And I'm also kind of surprised that Tightrope has not fielded a new half-track. I think he could make good use of a second one, because it's quite mobile against the threat of that B4, which just fired again at something. Probably the Tiger. Oh god. Okay, off target. Does not hit anything. It is a bit of an RNG machine. That's true. It definitely is. That Tiger got lucky this time. Because that definitely could have wiped both of those Pyos. KV-1 going in on the LMG Grens right there. Deals minor damage, will be forced back by the AT gun. Tiger is fully repaired, and another one's going to be on the field soon. 2 Tigers against 3 KV-1s should easily go to the Tigers as long as they're supported well by minesweepers and don't take engine damage from flanking conscripts with AT grenades or anything. Grenadiers, oh god, they might die. Or not. Those conscripts didn't fire a single bullet, that was weird. Thought that was a wipe for sure. Get away very narrowly. Tiger is advancing. B4 is available to fire and a recon pass is coming in. Fortunately the Tiger has a working engine. Might use direct fire. It does cost 100 or 90 munitions. And I'm pretty sure it's in range. Nothing yet. KV-1's just working on infantry, bringing that Grenadier squad quite low. KV-1 also falls low to AT gun fire. Pyos are going to lose to conscripts over here on the right side, and Pyos on the left, trying to get the munitions taken. Tiger will pull back to safety for now, just waiting for that second Tiger. Pretty sure he just wants a second Tiger. Once there's 2 Tigers on the field, he'll have a pretty good chance against, whatever. Here it comes. And the AT gun is destroyed. Is a direct hit like that on an AT gun, will the gun survive if it's fully repaired? Probably not. There's probably nothing that Tightrope could have even done about that. So, both AT guns wiped. Might want to consider replacing those before the Tiger. I don't know, probably not. 2 Tigers is a nice thing to have against counterattack.
We are losing a sector.
Once he's got 2, I think there's a pretty good chance that he'll be able to just drive into the base and kill that thing, which should definitely be his top priority. Grenadiers heading right to get the victory point under control, and a Tiger heading right to do the same, to assist. Another recon pass coming in to give more opportunities to that B4. Once it hits Vet 2, its rate of fire just goes so crazy. Tellermine planted over here. Wow, that plane's flying dangerously low. Tiger working on the left side over here. KV-1's making a push down the center. And 1 squad of Pyos harassing up the left, maybe sweeping up any mines that it might encounter. Tiger, so far, hasn't done anything too crazy. He's only got 8 kills, no wipes that I'm aware of. These 3 tanks going straight down the middle will force a retreat from those Grenadiers, which get away only very narrowly, and the B4 is currently firing in this area. But it will not hit anything. Tiger should be able to get to safety, or be safe. I don't even know why I said that. Tiger takes not even a scratch. Second Tiger on the field now as well, making its way to the front line against 3 KV-1s. 2 Tigers should win, I think.
The enemy is taking our territory.
doing pretty well so far. A lot of Tiger shots bouncing, though. Come on, Tiger. Or missing. So far, the engagement not going great. Those Minesweeper piles are going to be forced to retreat. Although the territory situation is quite good for Tightrope, so that is something, I guess. Needs to keep that Tiger kiting, though. If those KV-1s get behind it, it'll be in pretty serious danger. Grenadiers available to support will damage the engine of that one and force it to pull back to safety. And I think another B4 shot just got fired at the Tiger. I think that's going to hit that Tiger. No! Okay, barely missed. Barely missed. Grenadiers will get to safety. I don't know if I think that Tiger should re-engage. I guess he feels pretty safe doing it. That KV-1 is dead. Gets its engine destroyed. This one firing at the wrong Tiger. If this one in the front continues to soak up all damage, there's should be no downside to this. Nice flank on that KV-1 though. Switches to the wounded Tiger. Ooh, that shot bounced though. I wonder if that counted as the rear armor. It kind of looked like it. Those shots are definitely the frontal armor, and the Tiger is relatively safe against them. LMG Grenadiers engaging against conscripts over here will fire a rifle grenade, but lose the engagement anyway. And off they go. One KV-1 down, one main gun destroyed, apparently. I think that this is a golden opportunity for Tightrope to engage. He does not have Minesweeper support, unfortunately. But it's okay, there's no mine right there. He doesn't seem to be comfortable pushing without the Minesweeper. Minesweeper's on its way. No, Minesweeper's going to pull back to repair that Tiger, and then this one's just going to gamble and win. There's no mine right there. If he pushes into the base, he'll be a little bit vulnerable. Ooh, direct fire? No, just firing a regular shot at something. Right there. That was weird. I don't think you can direct fire through this tree thing, right? I don't think so. The normal shot was way off target. This Tiger will receive repairs outside the B4's range, and this one will pull back to safety. The B4 is still not quite Vet 2, so it doesn't have the rate of fire increase, but the left side has fallen into mostly Soviet control, and a recon pass is coming down. I guess that, by the way, is what the munitions caches were for, so he can spam recon pass. He's had total vision of the map for pretty much the entire game. He needs to keep that manpower float down, though. It's kind of weird to see somebody float that much manpower when they have like access to shock troops, which shock troops wouldn't even be that great against LMG Gren spam and Tigers at this point. A little late, probably. But he could go tier 2 and get another field gun. He could get a second B4. He's got options. Kind of a shame to float that much manpower. Plane kills some Grenadiers, working as intended, of course. Ooh. And dead? Maybe dead? No, not dead. Totally off target. I guess he thought that's roughly where the Tiger was based on the recon pass. Does not connect. KV-1 working on this MG42 right here. Does suffer engine damage. The Tiger is still quite low. Has not received any repairs, but the Vet 2 Tiger is available for engagement, so we'll pop Blitz to try and get itself up into the engagement. Not that much faster. Really not that much faster at all. Engine damage on this Tiger could put it in serious danger. B4 is available to fire again. And it is Vet 2 now, so... oh god, I hope this isn't a horribly disastrous B4 shot, which it definitely has the potential to be. Overshot. Okay, phew. Overshoot on the B4. Tigers will be fine, Pios will all be fine, and a conscript squad wiped by LMGs here in the middle. On the left side, Grenadiers working on this territory should maybe be able to get a triple cap going. Apparently a plane fell on something again? Oh, that one fell on his base. I don't think that killed anything, right? I don't see any dead bodies. But it did bring the structure down to half health. Grenadiers retreating right there, and Vet 2 Tiger pulling away from the KV-1 plus conscripts. Ooh. Dangerously close to a wipe right there. Tiger takes no real damage from that. No engine damage, does not penetrate. And the squad will retreat. With one man remaining, B4 shot does not hit anything again. Quite a few shots off target firing at that long range. Another reason, by the way, why I kind of thought maybe putting it a little further forward would work better, but against 2 Tigers, having it in the base it's a nice safety cushion, especially if he's not going to field any AT guns. The B4 is basically his only AT gun, and it's a pretty effective AT gun if Tigers get close enough. But so far, it hasn't landed any really nasty shots. KV-1 wall against Tiger wall. Tigers are winning easily. KV-1. Oh! There goes that Pio squad to that B4 shot. Tigers moving up against those KV-1s. Have barely taken a scratch. Looks like they should be able to advance pretty easily here. KV-1s just don't do anything. I really think Jihad Mo probably over-investing in KV-1s because they're just not very good against Tigers. They just can't even hurt them. Maybe if he had built like 2 and then transitioned to tier 4 for an SU-85 for something with a little more punch, or tier 2 for field guns. Just KV-1 spam clearly isn't getting the job done at all. If these Tigers get too close to that B4 without just driving up and killing it, it could direct fire them, but I mean, still have a lot of health to work with here. That B4 may be in serious danger very soon if they can chew through these KV-1s. Light artillery barrage coming down on the B4, which does fire a direct shot on that Tiger, dealing heavy damage to it, but one KV-1 has been destroyed. This Tiger falling low will try and blitz to safety, does barely get around. Both Tigers actually quite low in HP now, though. I think one of these could go down. This one a little bit blocked in this engagement. Oops. And it gets crew shocked. Shot bounces and it gets crew shocked, and there it is, destroyed. This Tiger also looks like it might get destroyed. That KV-1 will get behind it and blow it up, and both Tigers get down. I feel like Tightrope was a little lax about getting both of those to safety. And 2 KV-1 successfully destroy both Tigers. But silver lining is the B4 is destroyed, and side engagements seem to be going in Tightrope's favor. Because there's only one conscript squad left. Everything else got wiped during that, which is probably why his Tigers weren't being microed. He's paying attention to his Grenadiers and successfully winning engagements with them, setting up a triple cap, maybe. Except for there's conscripts over here on the right side. Recon pass coming in over Tightrope's army, but there's no B4, so I'm not sure what that's going to do. There is one KV-1 on the field, though, heading down the middle to try and slow down the victory point drain, which is good because he's only got 53 currently remaining.
This is now German territory.
Grenadiers heading right, take control of the victory point. This Grenadier squad has the left side victory point.
What do you need?
And there goes that squad. These conscripts taking control of the center victory point. KV-1 making its way forward to engage against the
We are ready.
Grenadiers. They're going to pull back to safety a little bit. I wonder if I can like unmake that control group, because now it just looks like weird. It's just weird that I just randomly have a control group on these Grenadiers, like, I don't know. I don't like it. KV-1's engaging against that Tiger. Needs to try and pull back, needs to be careful. He does have access to a Panzerfaust with this one, damaging its engine. There's the third KV-1 on the field, by the way, which is right here. This one is fresh. Looks like that KV-1's gonna go down. Tiger chooses not to continue backpedaling away from this flanking KV-1 and gets a lucky rear armor bounce. That KV-1 will be destroyed. And by the way, Jihad Mo messes up that block by continuing to move. If he had spammed stop, that Tiger would not have been able to phase through him. I mean, I don't know if that's really his fault that he messed that up. It's more like Relic's fault that tanks can just go through each other if they start moving again, but you can reliably block tanks by spamming stop if you are already in their path. Something to keep in mind. Shock troops making their way towards the middle to engage against these grenadiers here. MG42 sets up fire against nothing. There's not very much infantry left except for this shock troop squad. 2 shocks on the field, in fact. Finally transitioning into elite infantry. But since it's pretty late in the game, there's Tigers on the field. He's having some unlimited success. This is a 3rd Tiger, by the way. Tightrope has had that much map control. 42 victory points remaining for the Allies. Desperately trying to maintain control of the center here. Grenadiers just got wiped by KV-1 fire, and Tightrope's army is getting weaker over time instead of stronger. And there is a fresh B4 being constructed here in Jihad Mo's base, who will finally bring himself down below 100 manpower for the first time in 40 minutes. Shock Troop Squad heading deep right to get control of that victory point. Tightrope does have a few squads available to him to counter. He's sending this one deep left to get control of that victory point. But the clock will not be ticking very quick until he gets a triple cap going. Tiger is heading all the way back to push away that shock troop squad, which is going to weaken Tightrope's forces here in the middle, which has no anti-tank at all. And once that Tiger exposes itself over here, those KV-1s will probably push and clear all of this out. Tellermine going down, though. That should help. B4 is going to be complete quite soon as well.
It is ours.
We're under fire! It's done.
Ready.
Tiger pushes away those shock troops easily enough. And recon pass coming in, and B4 has been built. KV-1s could easily overwhelm this position. I don't know if you saw that Tellermine going down, but there's no AT here other than that Tellermine. There goes the machine gun. B4 shot connects beautifully. I think he might hit that Tellermine. That Tiger should... Oh, okay. I was about to say that Tiger should probably hang back a little bit, let those KV-1s push over the Tellermine, but I can see why he wants to just maintain victory point control. He is taking control of the left side simultaneously with the right and center. He might be able to set up a triple cap here if he can just somehow stall those conscripts, or shock troops, which doesn't look like he's going to be able to stall for very much longer, and there's the retreat.
Our territory.
Could have just suicided that Grenadier squad running around in circles. He probably could have won the game doing that, honestly, by just running around in circles around the VP. But that ship has sailed. He will get his opponent down very low here, and if Jihad Mo does not take control of the center victory point, it's pretty much GG. There is a Tiger defending, nothing on its way to take the right except for these 2 squads, which might make it in time. I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Another B4 shot over here, just hit nothing, fortunately. KV-1's going in for a final last desperate push against the Tiger here, which is clearly not going well. That one's going to get forced away very quickly. Tiger hasn't even taken damage yet. Grenade toss from those shock troops forces away those Grens. I feel like a squad needs to go straight for the VP, and they're going to do so. Conscripts on their way. KV-1 destroyed by the Tiger in the central tank engagement. This one has engine damage, and it's basically fully committed to this. But a 4th Tiger is on the field, and that KV-1 is dead. Nothing that can be done against this. And KV-1 goes down. Conscripts taking control of the right side VP. These Pyos taking control of the center VP. Although the clock is very briefly ticking against Tightrope. He's apparently going to leave the center VP with his Pios. The rest of his infantry all on the base. 2 LMG Grins heading left should be able to beat those shock troops, but I think that Tightrope, rather than going for the easy victory point, win with only 14 victory points remaining for his opponent, is going to go get vengeance on the V4 in the Soviet base, which he will drop light artillery on, and this last KV-1 will also be an easy kill for these 2 Tigers. V4 is somehow still alive. Oh, there it goes. Almost destroys the gun entirely with the Tigers. KV-1's shots all plinking off the Tigers' frontal armor. V4 destroyed. Shock troops can barely even leave the base. Tigers have no problem finishing off the KV-1. And Jihad Mo will simply call GG, well played. And that's the game. Well, I think both players had an opportunity to seize control of this game at various points. I think that when both Tigers were destroyed, Jihad Mo had an opportunity where maybe if he'd gone tier 4 and gotten out an SU-85, he might have done better than if he just spammed KV-1s. I also feel like he floated resources like crazy in situations where maybe he shouldn't have. And I think Tightrope had a great early lead in the early game, but he didn't capitalize on it, and then he lost a bunch of squads to mines when he could have purchased a minesweeper a little bit earlier. Didn't apply quite as much pressure and not quite as much aggression to somebody that was floating and spent 400 manpower on munitions caches. So a couple of areas of improvement for both players. Good game. Axis wins.